one of...
Oh, nice.
Well, a lot of conspiracy versus Navi. We were in the draft.
That was smooth.
That
Very good
smooth.
job, Sheaves.
That's why she's hosting, and I don't know
Okay,
what
you
he's
don't need to
doing, but-
continue that.
Yeah.
Low Druid is gonna be banned out. No Wisp. No Wisp. And no OD.
So
Do you think
Beastmaster,
first pick to Navi is definitely risky?
God.
if not, they're going to take a jungler, is quite possible as well. So
Yeah,
Beastmaster
yeah.
first overall. They do like the Eros safe lane Prophet. It's more choose your poison.
Shane, if you do want to win the safe lane and the off lane as hard as you feel like London Conspiracy needs to, what type of heroes would you pick up?
You need like extremely aggressive support. Something like Vengeful Spirit, maybe a Bounty. Like Bounty can create pressure on the map by just not being on the map. You know what I mean? And it forces your supports to stay mid.
Actually, it has a bit of a pressure, I guess, mid as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if you're not
off the map. Yeah.
Forces resources.
You could also
support.
pick a jungler and rotate very early, like someone like Chen or Enchantress, and just put pressure on. I honestly think they should probably pick up one of them. Chen is probably the go-to pick here.
They have. It's a shame because Bifer is an insane enchantress, and we saw him.
Oh, okay. I haven't actually
one of the
seen that
games.
many London Conspiracy games.
He was insane. Steph Styles doing a good job too, but
I used
have
to
not been as
love
impressed
these
with him.
guys when they played for this TI4 qualifiers, and they played for Team Coast, I believe they were called. Like,
oh no, that's only Steph Style. I think.
yes, was it just Steph Style and Solon, right?
That was just that style, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Great guy though. Love him.
10 seconds
I'm
remaining.
pretty sure Solon was on the team as well.
We can figure it out.
Pretty sure.
So
We
they're
will
taking
figure
a
it
lot
out.
of time with the
5
second
seconds
pick. It's pretty hard to zone Beastmaster in general.
Yeah.
Hero can always sit back. So we may see a bit of a push strat emerging here, as well as just a potential counter pick to a likely incoming Chen. So they are trying to shut down the Navi early game roam.
It's kind of easy to zone out a Beastmaster with the Witch Doctor as well. You know, you just
One of the best supports to do
Yeah,
it.
stun the boar, and all of a sudden that he just can't do anything really.
Yeah. Most supports can't really do it, but Witch Doctor, one of the few that has a chance at least.
Exactly.
10
And
seconds
no brood,
remaining.
unfortunately.
So are we going to see that Lycan ban? Just
5
seems crazy to give it to
seconds
Navi.
You're just gonna remove it, but are you gonna remove and Lycan and Venge?
Reserve
I'm more worried about Lycan in general.
You could pick it yourself.
If I'm London Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they want to run it, I mean, Enchantress Witch Doctor is a strong pushing composition already. So
Definitely, yeah.
could be thinking of something like that. I mean, it is two ranged heroes. You know, maybe they look for like a cheese strat, bust out the
Yeah.
drow, but
The London
one of the cheeses have already been removed in the brood.
Does London Conspiracy play Batrider at all?
Kefka, yeah.
Okay, I think it's one of the best counters against the
Navi's
5-man
turn to
push. You know, just single light in a hero.
Yeah, make the
Person
matchup
down.
4 versus 5.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh boy. I just wanted somebody to think outside the box, you know? We need some Elder Titan. We need something crazy.
Elder Titan.
How else are you gonna stop
He kind of takes
Navi?
a long time. He needs levels, you know, that kind of stuff.
Then Navi is not gonna give you that time to get the
Exactly,
levels.
Yeah, look at that Elder Titan. That's the only time we'll ever see that hero portrait right there. Go, buddy. Enjoy your time in the sunshine. Oh, he's been earned by an enemy. Oh, no. Poor Elder Titan.
He's dead.
He died even in his own hero
And he
clip.
can let you
Look,
die
he's
too.
gonna- Oh, God. Just take him away. Take him away.
This is brutal.
He's horrible.
So they ban out Gyrocopter, probably the best overall carry against the Navi style, which he can depush and he can fight early. He wants to skirmish, deals with the Chen creeps pretty well, and one of the highest damage safe lane carries, so has a decent chance to get the Beastmaster. It's actually LC that banned the Death Prophet. They are afraid of getting pushed in. I still think Navi just want the Lycan. Nothing so far discourages that pick.
Okay, so if you know they're going to pick Lycan,
Yeah.
you go for something like maybe Ursa and then some hard lockdown.
Ursa's pretty good on Dire side.
Yeah.
I like Ursa. Beastmaster is still good at kiting him, but you know it's going to come down to if they have other control to set him
Yeah,
up.
they
in the
need
fights.
something to lock down the Lycan because you know Ursa's never going to catch him.
They actually have a Soul Guard standing in rather than
10
Steph Style this game, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Crazy idea. But I've
5
seen people pick a
seconds
Legion
remaining.
commander to mess with a Lycan. You like LD? Play? Come on.
No, I actually think I like your
No,
idea.
Legion Commander's not bad.
All right, it's
It's
not
very
bad.
good against the push as well. You know, you just overwhelm the odds.
The
and
one
destroy
thing,
it.
LC does not generally have a very good laning stage. That's the
Is this-
big weakness with the hero.
They don't ban out Lycan nor Venge, so they're gonna pick up both, and then basically they could pick anything, including a Mirana, for last pick for Navi.
Well, it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom, all
You
right?
sound
It's-
defeated.
I sound defeated for London Conspiracy. I feel like
How much do you have on the game, Shiver? You can be honest with us. It's okay.
no, I feel like London Conspiracy is just letting it happen. It's like okay.
It must be a lot, guys.
I
She's got her.
bet you 28 kroners.
She's got her whole retirement account.
I don't know how much that is, but
5
think-
seconds.
I don't even know what a kroner is.
a kroner.
And
I
I'm
think
in
it's
Sweden.
Isn't it like
And I'm in
$3.50?
Who knows?
No, well, actually, might.
It's pretty
Oh,
close.
I'm not sure for dollars, but for euros is 10 kroners is like
All right. Well, we're back to
€1.20
Oh,
or
right.
so.
15 hamburgers on London Conspiracy winning tonight.
I'll take it.
Damn. Oh, please no. Oh God, my hamburgers. All right. So we're gonna pick a Sven. Casual.
Navi's
Everybody loves Sven
time
these
to
days. He's everybody's bro. So
Having Alacrity on Sven gives him a lot of early game damage that he
There
wouldn't
we
usually
go.
have.
Yeah.
cleave against the chin.
Mirana.
And
Here it is.
Comfort Mirana pick. Interesting that they're going to go for that
Back.
before one of their like
They
big
can
lock
pick Drow
picks.
or Lycan.
It's the
all
same
fine.
kind of thing they did yesterday.
Yeah.
Like you see this and you're not sure if it's safe lane or mid, and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't know what to ban. You know,
Yeah,
so-
or let's see. And the last pick is going to be LC, so they have that flexibility where they can counter pick. If
10
LC
seconds
busts out
remaining.
something unconventional here.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yesterday they picked Mirana at this point as second, or as in the second game. And at that point, Ditchara had already played Mirana, and at that point,
Yeah.
Spirit already assumed that that was Ditchara's hero. This time, London Conspiracy not fooled though, because they banned out the Drow Ranger, knowing that Dendi would also play Mirana.
Yeah, LC will have to put their cards on the table first here, though. So
Yeah.
Navi, one more here to
10
remove.
seconds
They
remaining.
should be banning an offlaner most likely. Very rare to see
5
the
seconds
offlane enchantress
remaining.
outside of North America.
Looking like a Darkseer ban, Batrider ban.
Dark
Dark
Seer
Seer
it is. Yep.
Dire team.
But you just want to
combo
remove
with
any
them.
counter push. Batrider is still an option though, as you mentioned.
Yep.
They're
Would you
still
go
liking,
for it? I mean,
guys.
they're still swap.
They're still swapped.
For a Navi,
And
like,
Roar.
Yeah, I'm still thinking they'll pick Lycan.
yeah,
out.
I think so too.
I think it's going to be either Lycan or Drow, but Drow banned, so.
The card's about to be on the table for London Conspiracy, and hopefully it's an ace up their sleeve. Mr.
you.
LD, I think that this one is going to be amazing. Here comes the conspiracy. It's about to be revealed. Drumroll, please, as we pick
10 seconds
the
remaining.
amazing, the incredible, the hardly ever picked.
Magnus.
5
You didn't drag it out
seconds
long.
remaining.
God damn
Come on, you can do it more. The amazing.
And nobody saw this pick coming. It is out of the meta. It is a Tide Hunter, a carry Tide Hunter.
Navi.
Discourages the 5-man.
Yeah,
Very
that's true.
tanky, good in the front line, sets up the Sven. At the same, pretty decent against physical damage, but at the same time, when Ravage is down, he does nothing to stop the
Right.
game.
When Navi played against Tidehunter with a very similar draft yesterday, they just split them up.
They just walked away.
That
Yeah,
Beastmaster
exactly.
was split pushing the whole time.
Exactly. Beastmaster and Chen kind of
And
pushed
it's Wind
top.
Ranger.
Wind Ranger and Venge maybe push me
No
out.
Lycan though.
I mean, for me, I don't think the LC draft is weak or bad by any means. It's pretty well rounded. The Tidehunter picks we've seen the offlane tend to struggle. Big key for me is the support play. Like, can LC actually match what Artstyle and Sneaker are going to do? So far, this support duo has been consistently the best we've seen over the past 2 days. They're going to have to at least match that to have a chance.
So take your pick. You've got the boxes up, left to right.
Can I jump ship?
What's your chip?
I just want to go to Navi.
But no, we already. Oh, yeah, you can. After the draft, you can still decide. You just have to argue for London Conspiracy, but you can't think, okay, they don't have it. What do you
They
think?
have good team fight. They have good count. Like if they come up and the group is 5, they have the Ravage. But this is all Navi's like favorite heroes again.
Yeah. It's a rough one. What do you think, LD? Or you want to wait for start? Jake.
It's very comfortable for Navi, and I just got to go with them. Sorry, LC. Hope they prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Jake?
I believe in the conspiracy. I've always, I go with them every time. They have like 10 losses. I don't care. This is the one. Prove me right for once. London
Also,
Conspiracy.
thank you.
Prove him wrong.
Now
please.
I don't have to do it. I'll go for Navi.
Come on, baby.
Because, I mean, they just seem very strong. We're going to find out, though,
London
if it's going to be
Conspiracy.
Navi
Show me
taking
the
home the
pyramid.
$1,000 of this first game of the best of 2 Navi versus London Conspiracy with Odie Pixel and Draskell.
Come on, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Dota action here at the casting panel. I'm Odie Pixel, I'm here with Andy. Draskell, you ready for this one? It's more Na'Vi, and this time up against London Conspiracy, and we're seeing that Na'Vi Mirana again today.
You know, I like it.
it's something that they've shown in the past against Enchantress, and I believe the interview yesterday, Dendi mentioned that it's really good to not have right-click heroes against Enchantress, and Windranger being one of the exceptions, of course, with her ultimate being max attack speed pretty much no matter what. So I kind of agree with Shane in the jumping ship in the LZ department. I think that this is Navi's, you know, comfort zone. They have 4 out of 5 of the heroes they had playing against Ad Findom in the last series. The only difference is they didn't have a Mirana, so it worked out well for them in that game. I think it will work out pretty well for them here too.
LC have really got to step up just the level of play that they've been bringing to the league if they want to have a chance against Na'Vi this game and this series. It is going to be a tough one. I mean, well, I'll see indeed how this does go down in terms of lanes. They do get that block off onto that side camp there, LC. So we'll see if General does get someone over there or he himself decides to take it down. He has got a sentry actually at the moment on the Beast. We'll see what he's doing. He's actually coming towards mid. He's going to drop it here.
He guessed like the opposite spot. So yeah, it's pretty hard to de-ward that. There's a lot of places you can put the ward.
Kefka on the offlane tide. It was LC's final pick. I mean, do you feel that looking at the draft of LC, this was the kind of the plan all along, or is this in reaction to what Na'Vi ended up doing in terms of like the Mirana lineup that they're running?
I mean, if Tide gets like stunned into arrow, he's probably still gonna die regardless of Kraken Shell. So I don't think he's a particularly great offlaner against these two. But it is someone who can, you know, go back, get some ancient stacks, make his way into the game, and have pretty decent impact with a decent Ravage. I don't know. I think it's more of a defensive postured pick than anything. I think they got a little bit scared, honestly, and then they just decided, okay, we need some team fight. Let's just pick Tide.
Already in the mid lane, we can see the Dendi breaking away on his win range. Yep, 8 for 3 against the 5 for 0. I mean, this matchup kind of on paper, I can't remember if we saw the exact same one, but you reckon Win Ranger as a hero is still a pretty strong laner, you know, regardless of what people may feel of her as a hero in this patch. But
I think Windranger is exceptionally strong laner. I think that's probably one of the only things that she stands out as, in my opinion. I mean, most of the time, gonna see a stun here.
Magic Missile into the arrow, and now with the stars falling down onto Kefka, he's in a little bit of trouble. He'll get a bit of time here on the south, and that
tricky. I like that.
Nicely done.
I'm using that. I am definitely using that.
What what do you do? Into the path and then cutting through one tree to cut through the middle?
Yeah, there's one tree that you can cut with a tango to make it through. But you don't really see many people do that, you know? They just take the normal path.
They just kind of walk around the path and be like, all right, I've trapped myself. But,
yeah.
Smart play indeed from the Tide. Baby Knight getting a nice EMP off there onto Dendi, but he's got the bottle charges. And still just ahead, but Baby Knight is managing to close that gap here with the Invoker. Obviously, Wind Ranger, a strong laner. You get a few levels on the Invoker. Pretty strong laner as well in this patch.
Yeah, for sure. He gets to like level 5 to 7. That's when he can start really turning the lane. The biggest thing about laning against Wind Ranger as Invoker is as Quas Wex, your play is pretty much to mana drain non-stop. Try to make sure she never has mana to wind run. Unfortunately for him, then he gets a regen. So that's a little bit of a wrench in the works there, but it can still be pretty decent. It's gonna just eat some harass here. Not that most optimal trade, but.
And again, EMP. As you said, it's the aim of the game here from the man. He will get shackled. At the same time, though, top lane. LC going in, and then it's a nice one. First bird there for the side. Jellypy able to claim that on his Sven, and it's a nice movement from Sogard on his Enchantress that allows them to get the positioning to take down the offlaner.
It's the first time we've actually seen General not get a first blood and instead die.
That's true.
I feel like every game that Navi has done very well, General has been a large part of making sure that they get the early game momentum going for themselves by either creating space in the off lane or just straight up just killing the safe laners. So the fact that he's kind of having a rough game right now.
Here come Navi though. You rotate your edge, will rotate your Chen. Straight out to Jalopy getting off the magic missile. He's got the war cry. He's running himself away. He's going to start to south.
Not going to kill him.
And he's going to be fine. Nice play from LC, avoiding a potentially very nasty gank from the side of Na'Vi, where Jellypy was, he was fairly deep on this event, just battering away at the tier 1, but standing behind the enemy side of it. Bottom lane, Kefka and Ditchiraj just giving a bit of sum to each other. And the mid lane matchup still, Dendi 20 for 7, 18 for 2. It's close, but Baby Knight is hanging in there on the Invoker.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job, especially considering, Seneco's been hanging around a bit. He did have some help with the Enchantress, though, earlier. I think there was a tornado creep there that ended up dealing quite a bit of damage to Dendi before, of course, he got that fairly lucky regen. And Kefka's just pressuring the safe lane. He's like, Mirana doesn't click that hard. If I get an Anchor Smash off on him and I got 2 points and a Kraken, I basically take no damage. Very interesting to see, by the way, that he actually skilled Gush it pretty much means you need to go for arcanes. Like, if you don't have arcanes with this build, you just don't have mana to even use all of your spells pretty much once you get Ravage going.
Mid lane Solon coming in on the Witch Doctor there just to top Baby Knight back up. And seeing if there's an opening for Dendi. I mean, Dendi, he's got the Arcane Rune at the moment, so we'll see how much kind of harass he goes for. So we're going to be able to play his way around this Invoker. But all things said and done, with 5 minutes in, LC decide to get a kill on the board. It's starting out pretty nicely for the boys on the dire side.
Yeah, it's not too bad. That's why I was kind of emphasizing the idea that General is usually the guy who does a lot during the early game, but this time around, you know, they're actually having to prioritize him. Artstyle's up here trying to relieve the lane, pressuring Jellapi a bit, and just trying to let General hit that level 6 a little less obstructed than he was previously. And it's working out okay. I mean, there's 3 heroes up top here from LC, and they're all just standing by the tier 2 tower.
I mean, it's this thing as well. Dendi made his way up here from mid, but because of that failed D-ward at that area that we saw at the start in general, they knew that Dendi was on his way up, so that's why LC playing safe here. Backing up as 3. The Dukano will be stolen though, and straight back onto the edge. Dendi still looking for a position. I mean, it's very, very tense here on this upper lane. Dendi will find the shackle onto Jellapi, but they're going to be able to find that follow-through. They'll drop the net. Hadouken coming through as well. The paralyzing cast will hold back Na'Vi. And LC just reacting very nicely to this one. It's giving Invoke a bit of a space mid. See the Venge come in, look for a few levels, but this 3 versus 3 on the top lane seems to have reached a little bit of a stalemate. As Dendi will now return to mid via picking up a bounty rune towards the top.
So they get some damage on the tier 1. It's almost dead now. So even that little movement not resulting in a kill per se, but still dealing quite a bit of damage to the tier 1. Not too bad from Na'Vi. And again, they're just positioning themselves on the map in a way that London Conspiracy aren't able to really make any of their own moves. It's always them reacting to what Na'Vi are doing. And I think that's the game that Na'Vi always want to be playing. You never want to have to sit there and say, okay, we need to play reactionary Dota. For some lineups, it can work, but for Na'Vis, it's really not what you want to be doing. And General now level 5, getting closer to 6. Once he gets that roar available, I assume we're going to see maybe some smoke action going on. There is a lane ward down now in that safe lane as well from the side of London Conspiracy. But a pretty farm-centric early game, I must say, from both teams. A lot of heroes at high CS at just 7 minutes.
Mid lane. You can see again, Dendi. It's coming right in and getting the touches onto Baby Knight. There's a smoke up from Suneko as well, seeing if you can find a position to jump on this Invoker. I mean, this point, you know, with the amount that the Invoker's found so far, it's not going to be an easy pick-off for just one rotation, one ganking support. And Ench getting a bit of space in the jungle now. Nearly touching onto level 5 Suneko, going for the walk-in magic missile. Just get it off. Dendi straight up with the focus fire, bringing Baby Knight low. It will be dusted as well here. They don't have the follow-up burst, and the Invoker's going to be fine. Nice shackle holding back Kefka, but the paralyzing cast coming through from Solon will catch out Suneko. They've dropped the sentry, and they'll drop the Venge as well.
Sorry.
Nice play from London Conspiracy, reacting to what we indeed saw was Suneko trying to find himself in a position to go. And they turn it around, smack him in the face, and it's 2-0 to London Conspiracy at the moment.
Yeah, nice start for them. Getting another kill. Kefka not having to commit the Ravage for that one. And it's just, you know, now that Ravage is available, he's even got money for the Arcanes if he wants to buy them. They could even go for a 5-man, try to pressure the tier 1 mid maybe, or kill the offlane tower. Probably offlane because it's so low already. So
Ditcher up, and I'll still trying to go for Kefka hit.
That's 4 points in the Kraken.
Yeah, you're not doing this with the right
He
clicks.
doesn't even take damage from that right click.
General is getting the space though top. He may not have found first blood, but he does manage to find the first tower of the game hit.
It'll be interesting to see how he plays from behind, because most of the time I watch Na'Vi, at least in DreamLeague, he's always had a fortuitous lane. So this time around, he's not been given quite as much. Although I say that, he's level 7 8 minutes, and he just killed a safe lane tier 1 tower. So
yeah.
A lot of that, again, due to the rotation of Artstyle and Dendi. Just giving him some breathing room. Not too often you actually see...
If Jellapi gets roared, he's got the back of the end. He's got to be careful.
He only has level 1 axes, though. That's the problem. It's really hard to kill Sven 4 points into Inner Beast this early. Or not Inner Beast, excuse me, the Hawk and the Boar.
Well, nothing said or done at the moment. London Conspiracy holding very strong against the side of Na'Vi, who are yet to find themselves their first bit of blood. But the farm game is favouring themselves on the Radiant. Dendi at the top, closely followed by Ditcherat. But this, I mean, in terms of the drafts, is there anyone that's really relying on the kind of the favorable early game. I mean, is anyone on a time of this match, or do both transcend quite nicely?
I guess Navi's lineup kind of wants to push more.
And Baby Knight, he's found himself a freebie.
Yeah, that's an easy kill right there. But as far as the laning phase and who it should favor, I think that Na'Vi do need a slightly better laning phase, and they have the heroes for it as well. Like, Mirana's kind of hard to really harass in lane, especially if you're playing like Tidehunter, for example. Wind Ranger's a great laner on top of that. You have a Chen, you have Venge and Beast, so you have kind of this semi-push, decent laning phase thing going for you. And it's not so much that it needs to go amazing, but they've already kind of done okay, if not won 2 of their lanes. So I think they're okay for the moment, even though they're behind 3 kills.
They're still hungry here. You can see Na'Vi in the mid lane looking towards Baby Knight. Baby Knight dropping the Tornado EMP combo down. And he's going to get shackled. Can they get themselves in range for the stomp? Baby Knight, yes, he is going to get stunned up. Seneka goes through, but he's no mana, and he gets out. Ghost walk in time, sidesteps to the right, and he's fine. And now Seneka could be the one who drop on, and he is. Impetus to the forehead. Gotcha. And the Venge is down 4-0. Luna Conspiracy, they're having the kind of the early game of their lives here against Na'Vi, and certainly considering the recent performances from Na'Vi, one of the strongest showings against them in the first 10 minutes of a game.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's an Invoker mid, and it's Quas Wex as well. So it's one of those targets that's very difficult to actually gank, and both gank attempts have also been thwarted on top of that, in addition to him finding the solo kill onto Seneko and also being involved in 2 of the others that their team has. It's just a really nice hero for kind of stopping a push or, you know, counter ganking, things like that. We don't see Quas Wex so much anymore. A lot of the time it's Exort, you know, get a lot of farm, push, throw out Sunstrikes onto other lanes, but they don't really have the team that sets up for kills that easily. It's more, we want to stop the momentum of Na'Vi by having a Tornado EMP, and we saw how effective it was there. He doesn't hit Seneko with that. Seneko has mana for a stun, he's dead. And there's no way that he lives through that. And I think he even had a dust on him again. So Seneko maybe not playing the best early game that we've seen from him so far. Because the one dust he used earlier, he used it too late. And then Baby Knight was able to just walk away. And that time he just didn't even use it. So not the greatest start from him. Maybe he thought Baby Knight was just going to die anyway. Didn't need to.
Look at Jellybee's Sven at the moment. On top of the treads, he saved up 2.3k gold. I mean, is there any reason this game to go for that super early blink before the SMY or even the Helm of the Dominator here?
I mean, he is going a little bit of a different Sven build than we're used to seeing, so maybe he wants to go. Maybe he wants to go blink because of that.
Yeah, go for the instant wham bam jump in, and while talking about jumping in, Kefka being jumped on bottom. They'll leap forward, but the Ravage, the turnaround, the Tornado, it's an EMP. Ditchera caught there by a very nice turnaround from both Baby Knight and Kefka. And it's a 5th kill, and as hard as Na'Vi may try, they just can't find themselves the kills. They are being able to find themselves the objectives, though. As General and Artstar will get the push on the top lane onto this tier 2. I mean, it's an interesting game so far. And we
are going to be caught, I think, by this Sven blink. They're not going to expect this early. I think they're going to lose at least General here.
Let's have a look. War cries up, let's start to close the gap. Jellyby jumps forward, Stormhammer down, and here we go. God Strength Impetus, no messing around. It's a 6th kill. Killing spree for Baby Knight. They may even find more. They've held Denny in place here with a Tornado. Moonlight Shadow coming through. They've got 1 sentry. Deathfall being dropped down, and he'll do it. Double kill for Baby Knight and Na'Vi. I mean, in terms of the fights, they're getting ripped to shreds every time by LC.
That one was just really hard to predict because I think they smoked before they walked past the high ground ward that Na'Vi had. So like the smoke between the tier 1 and the tier 2 just walked top. They did not expect the blink on Sven. Like no one does that. No one goes blink after treads anymore.
And no one builds Sven with that many points in the Stormhammer nowadays.
Yeah, but it's really nice for killing the tankier offlaners. And I'm actually kind of happy to see that adjustment. Because even though he only put 3 points into it, it did help him secure the kill on General before as Baby Knight gets another kill. Might be in a little bit of trouble.
Boy, could this be the first kill for Na'Vi? No, well, the Kefka's there to protect Baby Knight. He's fine.
All right. Is he going back for Midas, or is that a Maelstrom he's making?
They're going to find more kills here by the looks of it. They get the stun onto General. They'll throw out the arrow. There'll be a roar onto Jellyby trying to hold him in place. The Necrane is trying to take him down, but the Warcry going to be able to find. He goes down. There's the right click, but they've lost the Beastmaster. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade by the looks of it. He has got to jump up to the high ground. Can they find him here? They're going to chase it down, and it creeps there, working with the Cold Snap to bring Ditchera low. He will escape. So they do get the Sven, but they lose General, and it's 9-for-1. Dandy, Shackle, only going to catch the 2 illusions. Kefka himself will be fine. My goodness, in this is going to put indeed Baby Knight reaching on to 6k in terms of net worth. He's top of the board.
is having a very, very strong showing here. I don't know if he's just more comfortable on Quaswex and Exort, but whenever I see him play Exort, he's never really been like that kind of standout Invoker player, but when he plays Quaswex, it feels like he's much more comfortable on the do stuff kind of mid. I was like, I want to go around, I want to actually fight, I don't want to sit and farm. You know what I mean? So maybe in the future, keep this in mind if you're Sullen drafting for LC, just get Baby Knight a hero where he can be a bit more active, because it just seems like his movement, or you know, maybe just LC as a whole playing much better today than what we've seen so far here at DreamLeague.
Yeah, 6-0-2, involved in 8 of the 9 kills. That is an incredibly active Invoker. I mean, maybe that's something you kind of expect to see more when it's the Quas Exort in terms of the Sunstrikes, but this man, as you said, has been walking around with the combos. Yeah. And it's been paying off every single time.
Tornado EMP, pretty good. Pretty good. And he is rich. Like, Midas Urn, Phase, Wand, 1,300 gold, 15 minutes in.
Up top, Stormhammer onto the creeps. They're looking to try and take some of these creeps away from the Chen. They will find one. Are they going to be able to find a second? No, that will be sent back just in time.
I mean, Na'Vi are also well equipped to fight right now. They almost have mech on the Chen. Only around 240 gold away from that. Hanagat will be up in about a minute, so around that timing is... Oh, boy.
Very nice indeed. General thought he was safe moving into position there under the cover of Moonlight Shadow, but they've got that sentry in the river at the side of London Conspiracy, and they saw him do it. Another kill.
This is a blast from the past, Sven. This is the kind of stuff that we used to see, you know? Just get that blink, get the drums really fast, and just fight, fight, fight. Even back in the era where people were getting Mask of Madness and things like that on Sven, so kind of cool to see. A little bit of a change from the norm. But Na'Vi still holding on. Not necessarily the early game they were looking for, but because of the fact that Jealousy has gone for this kind of very early blink build, I wouldn't be shocked to see him go back for the Dominator now. Because it's one of those items where, sure, you're getting a handful of kills, but the tier 1 mid's still alive. The tier 1 safe lane for Na'Vi has not even really been scratched.
Oh, and well, you see the top, Sven. Gonna have a little bit of a run in there with Artstar. You see he is just gonna back off, not too sure of what waits around the corner. And indeed, Dendy did actually TP up to the top lane and was hanging around for a little bit, seeing if there was the opening to jump in for a fight.
Yeah. But this is the stage in the game, I think, where Jealousy has to make the distinction of, do we want to just go all in aggression, or do I want to play off my Invoker Midas and just say, okay, I'll go back for one farming item just to make sure that I can at least stack Ancients. Because that's a pretty big deal, right? Killing the Ancient stack is really hard with only 1 point into Warcry and no lifesteal. So he's going to rely on the Tide to help him, or the Tide's just going to take it himself and try to go for Blink. So we'll see which route they want to take. I wouldn't actually be too surprised to see Kefka take this, to be honest. If they can get him a Blink now, that would be huge. Okay, never mind. Sven's just taking it. No Blink for you, Kefka. Get wrecked.
Jealousy is, as you said, going to be interesting to see what he does go for. 2,600 on him at the moment.
You know, maybe he just goes full like 2 years ago and just buys a BKB instead. Could see that too.
Right, sentry laid down, ready for when the tier 1 falls in case the Moonlight Shadow for Na'Vi does come out to move in for more. It's not going to be the case, as LC actually able to just hold on to the tower for the time being. Na'Vi not sticking around for the push and splitting up elsewhere across the map. General is getting more and more space up on this top lane. 1,600 accumulated on top of the level 1 Necro. So of course, not going to be the fastest of book timings that we've seen from a Beastmaster, but he is still finding his farm.
Oh, he's going to die again too, I think.
Let's see if he spends that money as well. If LC come from... No, LC, they've seen something big up. They've seen Dendy. Dendy does get off the win run, but Jealousy picks up a haste. They've got the stun control with the paralyzing cask. Impetus from Soul Guard.
That ward, man. That ward screwed Dendy so bad, because they were going for General. They did not see him there until he went for the rune. And unfortunately going for the Maelstrom instead of the Blink opening this game. So he's not going to be able to escape that one.
I mean, talking about itemization as well, Ditcheral, what does he go for here? Saved up 2.4k. It's obviously not been the early game that he hoped for playing a Mirana this game. What do you build?
Honestly, we used to see stuff like Manta Diffusal a lot, but I don't know. In this kind of situation as Mirana, you're not really the right clicker so much against a hero like Sven, because you only hit for 100 damage. It's not that impressive when you're up against somebody who has in excess of like 30 armor and later into the game. Of course, he is only level 1 Warcry at the moment. He's going to see a roar.
Well, he's going to try for a General. Of course, with the Necro units, he's able to do a fair bit, but the stick charge is enough to TP. Jealousy go for the TP. How will he make it? He does! Oh, calculated.
Good thing he had that Sandra. He was dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
My goodness. I mean, mid lane, Na'Vi will find themselves that tier 1. 3K now in your Mirana. They're going to go for the Moonlight Shadow.
They did it right under rewards, so they know exactly what's going on here. London Conspiracy. Oh man, the Tide's going to buy a blink at the side shop, and they know that Navi's in the pit. This is so bad. This is so bad for Navi.
Oh, hold on to your
Kill it
seats, ladies
faster.
and gentlemen.
Okay, never mind. They're not even going to go for it because space being created.
Yeah, no, Dendi finds a kill onto Invoker.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that-
it was Dendi and General.
That could be exactly what they need.
Oh my god, they have to hurry. This is such a nice move from Navi if it works. Oh, okay, that's painful.
Jelebi jumped in, Stormhammer on Seneko, did get Tishira as well before he jumped out. Seneko's going to be fine with the timing. Hadavgot coming through, Jelebi falling low, and he's going to go down. They found themselves one kill. Shogar trying to find something with the impetus, but he can't quite get it.
Where's the communication from London Conspiracy? They knew they were in the pit. Why is the Tide Hunter in their woods? Like, what's happening right now?
Oh no, Tide Hunter, stop jungling. He's worse than that bot that does
Like,
it.
okay. They ult under a ward and you have no tier 1 bottom. There is one place that they're going. Literally one. Baby Knight's already dead. Like,
Oh, and now Solon. You might want to add to that count.
yeah. There's some big
I mean,
322 coming in here from London
Kefka
Conspiracy.
has jumped in. He does have that Ravage. And he might not need it here because General caught out of mana. And Shadow's ticking him down. Impetus as well. I
All
mean,
right, so they got a kill, I guess, in return. It's a fairly high priority target. I'm just really sad to see that London Conspiracy didn't punish that Roche because that was like the easiest fight of their life.
oh, Dendili Dondo is getting dusted, but the blink's there.
Nice. He's out of there.
Ditcherat, he is saving for something. I'm not sure if it's going to come this game or the next. 4.4k on this man.
I honestly think it's one of those games. Oh,
Oh.
that arrow.
What?
Alrighty.
All right.
Is he dead because of that?
He's got a Ravage, and he will be able to turn around and take down Seneko.
It's a level 1 arrow, unfortunately, so, you know, if it was level 4, I think they would have actually killed him. That would have been funny. Man, that... What a interesting turn of events here in this game. London Conspiracy coming really strong out of the gate, and then just with, like, 2 minutes time, Na'Vi claw their way back in.
I mean, maybe it's just kind of what we could come to expect seeing these two teams. I mean, LC, we know that the individual players have the skill. It's just whether as a team they're going to be able to play as kind of synergistically as Na'Vi. And we're seeing in situations like that where it just seems the communication isn't all there, and Na'Vi are able to use that to their advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. They just had a very clear idea of what they wanted to do. Gonna see a little bit of farming up here. Ditcherat just eating some cleave, because why
What
not?
did Jelebi, so he picked up the Sanj. Did he finish off the SNY now?
He has the money for it.
Yeah. Artstyle, gonna get a bit of a beat down here in the mid lane. Death Ward coming through here, pummeling onto Artstyle. He'll be getting taken down. And now Jelebi jumps in, Stormhammer, but our General actually duked that out with the Moonlight Shadow thanks to Ditcherat. Able to disjoin the Storm. He's gonna be fine. Shogar coming in from the sidelines, gets magic missiled by Seneko. Tornado coming through, will catch him here. They've got the vision for the time being. Can they actually find themselves a kill? Kefka jumps forward with the anchor. Seneko swaps Ditcherat and swaps himself out. The arrow comes through, they'll take down the Enchantress. Kefka still being incredibly tanky in the midst of this fight, but Ditcherat's not done. Jumps forward, looking for Baby Knight. The wall crash is going to be enough. Oh, he gets taken down by General. The final touch for the Beastmaster, and now Kefka shackled up, taken down. Ditcherat double kill. And Na'Vi they're hitting back. And just like that, they take the team fight 4-for-1. They'll take a tier 2. And suddenly, the lead that LC were gaining
It's
early
gone.
on.
It just evaporated right there.
Yeah.
Just really good decision making from Na'Vi, knowing that Ravage was still down from bottom when he got caught and had to pop it just to make sure he didn't die. Unfortunately, killing Seneko at the end of the day wasn't worth considering what just happened there. Like, not having Ravage pretty much lost him that team fight single-handedly. Really nice plays from Dendi, though. 2 shackles.
Jelebi is swapped through the arrow's going to be off point, but actually catches Soul, and so I say that it might end up working out. Dendi's jumping forward here, looking for the right click on Jelebi. He gets the focus fire down, takes away the Sven. Solan's going to be able to get himself back. But
Oh, the
again,
bounce.
oh,
All right, see you later, Seneko.
okay. Hello, guys.
He got griefed by the boar.
He tried to give them the puppy dog eyes there.
Yeah. Please don't kill me. This game is kind of...
It's taken a very sharp turn.
I think it's one that showcases a more experienced team versus a lesser experienced team. And sometimes not even that. I mean, if they watch the replay, they are going to be kicking themselves so hard for what happened. Like,
Because that blink dagger timing on
it
side,
was
that could have been
perfect.
better if it was scripted.
They saw the
It was
Mirana
just-
ulti.
yeah.
It was like, it was perfect setup. And then Kefka's like, you know what, guys? I got this large camp. No problem.
Smoke time. But the Hawk indeed, General, getting that vision for his team. They know it's up. And Ditcherat frozen out to say, hey, we know you're there, boys.
Well, he was guessing, but he has a good idea at least.
Yeah.
Well, tier 1 looks to be the target here if they can't find anything. They should get some warding down too, I believe. Wait, does anyone have wards? Yeah, there we go. Sullen. He's got it. He's got it under control. So warding up near the objectives that they're most likely going to take, just allowing Jelopi to push bottom lane while they're sitting inside of Navi's woods.
I mean, Ditchera, he's certainly a man that knows how to farm. We're seeing him again, 4.1k on top of the Maelstrom he picked up earlier.
Yeah, I wonder if he just goes full Mjolnir.
I mean, does he, do you reckon? Is that...
Nope, it's a BKB.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it's good against the mass AoE teamfight they have to worry about. You know, Sven Stun, Invoker, Tornado EMP, Tide Ravage, especially knowing that Tide has a blink. It just makes you very safe. Although, they're going to have to get back.
You need to get back. I mean, a
Glyph
tier 1
here.
trade for mid-Brax isn't something you want to be doing. And LCR there to fend off Na'Vi.
Yeah, it's a nice move from Na'Vi. Just once again, knowing what they need to do in the game, making London Conspiracy go back to base. They don't really have nearly the map control that Na'Vi have, clearly, due to the Beastmaster. There's only one outer tier tower remaining for London Conspiracy, and if they want to take a fight at this point, they pretty much either have to smoke or force Na'Vi to defend the tower, which I think is going to be tough, given the state of the game right now. And just, Na'Vi's pushing power is still very fast. We talked about the leap synergy with Max Vengeance Aura, Max Inner Beast, a Chen, of course, on top of that too, who is very close to his Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, and of course the Necro push from the Beastmaster, the fact, yeah, as you said, Chen, I mean, with his timings again, it's been very, very good indeed from the man. For Na'Vi, Artstyle, and Seneko, just the two supports, it's been, you know, the recent kind of showings that we've seen today and yesterday, very, very solid for both of them. And there we have it.
Yeah,
So,
Aghanim's done.
it's certainly getting harder and harder, the
And it's
difficulty
a
being
golem.
amped up.
Look at how
for LC.
tanky art style is. Good lord. 1600 health and 11 armor on a friggin' Chen.
Yeah.
With a mech and Hand of God. That is just insanity.
I'll be able to find a pickoff onto General here. Baby Knight coming in with a ghost swap, but straight away, no
Super
messing.
fast reaction. Oh, too greedy. Too greedy with the EMP.
There's space created.
Yeah.
To Giraffe, claims the tower.
That's one of those things where you're doing it and you're like, ah, why didn't I just cold snap? You know what I mean? Because if he can get the EMP, he knows that he's there. So then he just says, if I cold snap instead, that's a dead hero. Unfortunate. But Baby Knight's played a very solid game. I think he's played better today than I think we've seen him play so far at the DreamLeague.
Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely. Got to be one of his best performances.
Well, here comes some high ground siege.
Yeah, let's see how full in Na'Vi are willing to go at this point.
I mean, the anchor smash is going to help a lot. Just being able to send the Tide on front like this is very useful.
Back themselves away from the MP here, Na'Vi. But still pushing forward.
Good stun.
Nice
Where's
stun
the
indeed onto
Ravage?
2.
That was a really good setup there. I guess they didn't have EMP. Maybe that's why they didn't go.
And of course, you have got, in fact, an arrow touching onto Jelopi. Kefka jumps in though to Chirag coming out with a BKB, trying to focus his attention towards Jelopi. Shogard now having to back off.
This is good though. They baited the BKB.
Can they try and get themselves back in? The Shackle is going to connect onto Kefka. And Na'Vi, they'll Moonlight Shadow and batten themselves off, not wanting to hang around whilst that BKB's on cooldown. And they'll leave that push for the time being.
I'm really kind of confused as to why they didn't jump when they hit that two-man stun. I think if you get like you know, even 4 points in an XR technically with the Aghanims on the Invoker, the Meteor still does a reasonable amount of damage. You can cold snap on top of that. You know, you get at least 1 kill from that combo. And that could be enough to just get a little bit more than what you're hoping to in that situation and also push Na'Vi back. But they play it safe. They bait out the BKB.
Hawk stolen hand. That's actually going to grant them the vision here for Kefka to jump onto General, but General turns around with the Roar, drops other Necro units, but his EMP impetus General on his own, and he'll pay for it. It's going to get taken down, Na'Vi. Not in any position to jump back in, so it is a freebie there for the side of London Conspiracy. And a big one as well, General having quite a good run this game on his Beastmaster, as always.
Yeah, he seems to be very stable even when he doesn't get an amazing laning phase, which is good to note. Like for Na'Vi, I think he's been one of the standout players so far, at least in DreamLeague. And obviously they made it very far in Starlighter as well, so. I'm looking at this and I'm just seeing more evidence of a good offlane player. He's even getting what I assume is a refresher, because he's got another ring of
second ring of health.
But the thing is, he doesn't really have any mana.
I mean, does he have them? Let's have a look at the beat. Oh, I guess you can't whilst he's dead, can we?
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he does. Maybe it's just barely enough. But Roar at level 3 is 200 mana, right? And then Refresher is 375. So it's like 775 mana just to use 2 Roars. That's
It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty close. But maybe he does.
Let's have a look. Dun, dun, dun. Our survey says
he has
does.
enough.
Okay.
He just can't axe, basically, if he does that.
I mean, he's got obviously the greaves from art stuff that come through at the right time.
Right, right.
Yeah, and indeed the Staff of Wizardry is part of that. Necro book certainly helping out with the mana pool.
I guess it's just very uncommon to see that build up, you know?
Oh, I'll see. They're trying to make a move here into Roshan. I mean, I guess they can have a good shot at doing this. They've got the Tide positioning himself outside of the pit with that Ravage available.
This is a very fast Rosh. And they do not have their Mirana here.
General jumps in, finds the Ron's Soul, and Kefka pops the Ravage, catches out too. Denny getting gushed to the face. The arrow will fly through and it catches out the Witch Doctor, so there won't be any death for this fight. Solan's gone, but they found General. Denny coming through, popping the BKB, fighting against Jalapede, gets the right clicks through, and now blinks in, looking for more, takes down Kefka as well. It's 4 down from LC. They had good intentions there, but it was a slightly risky play, and it doesn't end up paying off.
This is one of those times where I wish we had instant replay, because I'm pretty sure Jalopy got arrowed. I'm not 100%, but
it was Solan got arrowed.
Oh, it's Solan who got arrowed. Okay, so, like, he goes in with God Strength on, no BKB, he kills the Necro Book, and, like, immediately drops to half HP, and then just gets wrecked after that. So a little bit unfortunate. But
and this is, at this point, I mean, buybacks are available. You maybe got to consider using them, because at the least you're going to lose 2 sets of reps.
I mean, they don't even have Ravage, so if they buy back, where's the team fight coming from, honestly?
Buyback Anchor Smash.
I mean, it looks a little bit grim right now. We could just be going to
this could be game.
To a game 2 here. But if you're London Conspiracy, I think they performed very well in the early game. It's just a couple of key decision-making moments where Na'Vi were able to pull ahead, the Roshan being the standout in my mind. And then after that, it just seemed like Na'Vi had a ton of momentum because they won that team fight that they should have never had an opportunity to win in the first place due to Roshan.
I mean, just like that, it's Megas.
Yeah. I mean, they push extremely fast. And London Conspiracy going for one more.
Art stop, ready to go. Dichara jumping in. The right clicks for jumping. That just called GG. They're actually giving up mid-fight here.
Yeah.
This is some TI4 final stuff.
It's one of those things where you feel like you played a pretty good game, but Na'Vi stayed calm. They kept farming. They were getting all the items they needed up on their core heroes, and then they just took 1 or 2 good fights, good decision-making, and it just seemed like London Conspiracy never were able to really get their footing back. And I think, again, a lot of it could also be attributed to the way that the Sven built, because he never went lifesteal. He didn't even finish his BKB by the time the game was over. And they wanted to play a more active game. And all that would have worked out very well. Like, the synergy was there, you know, maxing the stun, getting the quick blink. They were getting kills. They were, you know, they had map pressure, and that was good. And then they didn't, like, they didn't put that into objectives. They didn't make it...
They really didn't.
They didn't make it into a huge lead where it's like, okay, now we get some towers, now we get Roshan, now we're pushing the base. You know, they never had that momentum. So as soon as you go like this style where you're not really farming anything, and your Sven's going a non-BKB, non-lifesteal build, not late game centric at all, you can't even turtle because then your Sven doesn't have the right item progression to go into that late game transition. So it just felt like London Conspiracy's game plan fell apart after just that one moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you kind of look back, from my memory, I don't think much of the action really happened at all on Na'Vi's side of the map. It was all on the dive, so they were finding kills, but Na'Vi, they found the objectives. And at the end of the day, you know, it's not Team Deathmatch. This ain't no Call of Duty. This is Dota 2.
Yeah, that's true.
And Na'Vi, they know how to play it. They certainly do. Game 1 indeed will go their way. We'll see if Na'Vi can make today a clean sweep, as they've already got 3 victories in the bank, $3,000 as well. Let's see if they can make it 4 as the final game of the final series. Na'Vi versus LC will be right around the corner, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll cut to a short ad break and then back to the panel. We'll see you shortly.